Hi guys, so today I'm here at Louth VolksWorld with the Audi S3. Now everyone raves about how good the Audi S3 is as a hot hatch, but is it too good? Now this is what we're going to try and find out, so let's have a look around. The pre-facelift Audi S3 has a 2-litre 4-cylinder turbocharged engine, which gives you 296 brake horsepower and 380 Nm of torque, meaning you get a reasonable 0 to 60 time of 4.7 seconds for the automatic and 5.2 for the manual. This model has the S-tronic automatic gearbox, meaning it's a 7-speed twin clutch. It has all your bits and pieces as well, such as these amazing S3 sports seats, meaning they have the lovely quilted there. The steering wheel again is Audi's traditional sporty style with the flat bottom there and all the multi-functions on it too. We have a little boost gauge there and all the trim reminding you in the Quattro S3. With all your creature comforts such as sat-nav, radio and telephone, you have a little pop-up screen here, which is also my favourite feature, giving you all that information plus the driving information too. Now it also has a claimed combined consumption of 40.9 miles to the gallon, making it quite reasonable. But we also have this switch here which puts it into dynamic mode. And as well as that sporty fun, you have 4-door, so 5 good sized back seats for the adults and also a good sized boot to put all your luggage in. But how does it drive? But my favourite thing about the S3 is that it's actually a proper key and turn, which makes it again more of a driver's car. So number one job, heated seat on, heating on because it's freezing, and of course we're putting it into dynamic mode. And you can already hear the exhaust change, so that's what we like to hear. Let's see how this hot hatch handles, and it's soaking, so also it's going to test the Quattro Drive quite well. So, gearbox into sport. Let's see what this has got. Pretty good. There's a little bit of lag at the start and kind of at the top end, but between that sort of 2,000 to 5,000 range, it really does kick in. You can feel the boost kick in, so you do have a little boost gauge. But it's been recommended never actually go to the full boost gauge because you're not getting that enjoyment afterwards. And I can see what they mean with that. It's kind of the mid area is the sweet spot of this car. So Audi has this awesome Quattro system, which is a 4-wheel drive. And unlike normal traditional 4-wheel drive system, it has really clever technology. So it has things like torque vectoring, which means when you're going around a corner maybe a little bit too fast and starting to understeer, it knows to brake that front inner wheel to help get you round. And it's stuff like that that makes the driving in this car really fun because it's no longer as much about the driver, but about the technology in the car. And the nice thing with the Audi S3 is you can really power out those corners. We all know the Quattro system's really, really clever, and Audi have just absolutely nailed it. So it's constantly tracking everything down to grip, weather, power input, to know what power to send to what wheels. Now, it's predominantly front-wheel drive, but when it needs to, it's got the ability to send all that power to the rear to be able to get you around those corners in the best way possible. The Audi S3 is actually 25mm lower springs than the standard A3, meaning it's a stiffer suspension. But if you upgrade to Audi's magnetic ride, it has adaptive dampers that can make it quite soft when you are on those more longer cruising journeys. But when you're actually going for it, so anything on a track, you want that stiffer suspension because you need that feel and feedback, which is one thing the steering lacks. It's quite light and a bit Miss Daisy, so you're not getting the full feedback from the car. But it doesn't fully spoil the whole experience. Competitors wise, you've got things like the Golf R, which shares the same engine and chassis. You've got the M140i BMW, even the Mercedes A45. And I feel like the Audi is a more grown-up version of them all. The Golf R is a very youthful and playful car. The A45 is just kind of in a slight world of its own. And the M140 is rear-wheel drive, so what do you expect? Whereas the S3 feels like the more adultish, classic car. And I think if you're using it as that full daily, you need the reliability of it, and you need the practicality with the Quattro system, then the S3 is the right car for you. But if you're looking for a bit more fun and playability, maybe be toying to something like the M140. 0 to 60 time of this is stated to be 4.7 seconds. Now we are damp, but let's see whether this boost is as impressive as we think. So to do this properly, we have to put the gearbox into sport, everything into dynamic. We're going to get straightened up. Ooh. Right, let's see how this boost performs. You ready? Little bit of traction issues because we had traction off. But yeah. Jesus Christ. Yeah, when they say Audi S3s are about straight line speed, they're right. That was epic. And I think that's where this car really has its sweet spot. It is fantastic in a straight line. It's fantastic coming out of corners. It just lacks that bit of playability on the actual corners, so entering and that mid-corner speed. But apart from that, that was fun. This Audi in particular is up for £22,995. It is a 2015 plate with 41,000 miles on the clock and full service history, all that kind of jazz as well. And especially with the way car prices are really high, I am so impressed with this price because I think you're getting a lot for your money. I mean, that's impressive. I'm really impressed with that. You're getting a lot of fun, a lot of performance, and a lot of potential. So you've got things like your parking sensors, your sat nav, all your creature comforts you need, but you can still put the power down. You're not compromising on any of your comforts, but maybe a little bit of the spirited drive that you might expect of the M140s. What makes the S3 different to its competitors is it comes in a few different options. So obviously we have the hatchback here, also known as the Sportback. You can get it in a convertible and a saloon. So it means that it's widening its audience that potentially will look at an S3 to purchase. But my heart lays with the hatchback. It feels more to the name a hot hatch. So with the gearbox as well, we can just shove it across. Well, put it across, and it goes into a manual mode, which gives you that little bit more control. The only criticism is the flappies are only about this big, so they are tiny and quite easy to miss. They kind of need some extenders on them for sure if you're gonna really use them all the time. But apart from that, the change on them is really flawless. Now, even though the gearbox is absolutely seamless when you're really having a spirited drive, through towns it can be a little bit jerky, a little bit kind of laggish, but it's not something you notice hugely. It's just in the comparison of the two. To conclude my Audi S3 pre-facelift review, I think they're a really, really great car and a fantastic all-rounder for the hot hatch. You have the fun of the straight line speed. It can really come out of corners with the power, but I think it's just lacking in that little bit of playability. And for me, I need that bit more driver's focus. But if you're looking for a car that is still, you can have a spirited drive with it, you're perfectly safe, you can put your trust in the systems, but you can daily it and take it to the shops, take the kids out, then this is the perfect car for you. So. And a huge thank you to Louth VolksWorld for inviting me down today. I'll pop their link below and make sure you guys go and check them out. There you have it, guys. To make my journey your journey, like, follow, subscribe, and I'll see you next time. Bye.